Welcome to the Board Game Community Show. I'm not your host, Riley Stock. Don't worry though, you can hear him playing the guitar on this episode.
Let's do the Board Game Community Show. That's definitely going to be the intro for this episode.
Well, I imagine after that, our phones will literally be blowing up with requests, commissions.
Yeah.
Maybe silencing orders.
I was thinking tours. We'll start booking our tour.
Yeah.
Weirdly, though, we'll only go to Wales and Salt Lake City. It's just we just traveled those two.
Yeah.
Today, this past week was my birthday. Tell me happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. You're too
welcome.
kind.
Anytime.
So what we did, Phil, by the way, what an episode. I've got Philip McNeilius here.
Hello.
That's your full name.
Absolutely. Actually, my full name, as you'll see on the Zencaster, is Riley Stock.
Oh my gosh, now I don't know which one's which. Oh, no. So Phil, he does the podcast Organized Fun. He's been on this show a couple times. Phil and I are really tight. We met because of my podcast.
Yeah.
And he volunteered to be a guest, and we've been friends ever since.
Oh, it's like a rom-com.
It is. And so for my birthday, we played a couple of games on BGA. We just hung out and played games. So I thought, I don't have an episode this week. Why not just talk about the games we played?
Absolutely. You, background info though, you are way more familiar with Board Game Arena than me.
Yeah, I guess so. I play it on my phone when people invite me to games. I don't generally get on there and start up a game.
Do you play more turn-based or real-time?
Turn-based. I think that was my first time playing real-time.
Ooh, how exciting.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer?
Real-time.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, it's way nice to be able to actually play a full game. There's so many times where I'll have a strategy on a heavier game. Yeah. And then I forget it by the time it's my turn again.
Yeah. So. What's the longest you've had a game last? Does it have a time limit, or can you be playing for weeks?
You could be playing for weeks. I think generally I'm trying to think what my longest game would have been. And we even played it pretty regularly. There was multiple moves a day. But I think it would have been maybe Blood Rage. Which even that's not even that long of a game, I think.
Well, there you go.
But it was 4 players playing it, yeah. You've only played... Have you played more than just the one time with Tim? You guys played Forbidden Island?
Yeah. No, that's it. Because with Spencer, we played on Tabletopia, I think. So, yeah, just this.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Basically, listener, what I'm trying to do is preempt, because when I lose horrifically, you can be like, oh, yeah, but he has only played a few times, and oh, he's so new to it. And I'll be like, that's, of course, the reason why I lost.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll keep track of who won how many games here and crown the big winner.
Oh.
So the very first game we started with was King of Tokyo.
Yes. Had you played it before?
No. Oh, and that's the other thing. All of these games we played, I've never played before.
There you go. Birthday treat.
Yeah, that's why I chose them.
I'd played it once before, and I didn't like it. But this time I really did like. I think it's a game that works better on the computer.
Without having to do the maths and stuff?
Yeah, without having to work out all the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, it was really smooth. I don't even think I read the full Fool Rules.
The pool rules.
Fool Rules. And it was still fun. It was a lot of fun. It was really close. Let's talk. So I was Cyber Kitty.
I was Anubis.
Yeah. And I was killing it. Like, I was staying in Tokyo. I got a card right off the bat, pretty much. They gave me 1 point every time I started my turn in Tokyo. And it was just like, bam, I was killing it. And then all of a sudden, I was sitting at 19 points, and then you made a comeback. And then I got into Tokyo, and all I needed it to happen was like for me to be in Tokyo at the start of my next turn, and I would have won.
And you did. No, you didn't.
I did not.
Oh no! Oh my god! No, how did I beat? How did I beat you?
You rolled. Actually, I don't even think. I think you were like at 18 points, and you ended up rolling and getting like 4 points just on your rolls. You got like four twos or something.
Yeah, because I had a card that let me have an extra dice, didn't I? So I sort of had an advantage after that. Yes.
Yeah. Once you got that one, it was just like you just kept getting points and bouncing right up. That was crazy.
Legend, that's me.
Yep. Definitely planned all along. But it was so cool. Like, it was literally, I got out of my seat and it was just like, no way. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you beat me. So that was really fun. That was a favorite, I think, of the group. Spoiler. The next game we played. Wait, is that really? Oh, yeah. I'm looking at it. I'm pretty sure this is in order. The next game we played was Carcassonne?
Yes.
Yeah. Which I had never played either.
Me neither. And it was really good.
Yeah. I've even given that one as a gift.
Ooh.
Like, without playing it, I gave it as a Christmas gift to my in-laws.
That's risky, though, because you don't know if it's good or not. But I suppose it's only the in-laws, mate.
Right. Yeah. What's the worst that happens? They don't like it. But yeah, that one was really, really fun. I love the tiling. What'd you think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I just liked making cities in rude shapes. That was a big draw.
Yes.
But yeah, it's weird. It's one of these ones that I'd always seen and I always heard of, but I just never had the opportunity to play it. I don't know anyone that owns it, sort of thing. So I was pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's one of those classics. I think it came out in like 2000.
Yeah. But again, I think like King of Tokyo, probably if we were playing the physical copy without the computer totaling up all the points for us, it probably would be a bit more fiddly, a bit more complicated.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I also, you and I have sort of talked about this before. Like when we play games on BGA, we have the game all set up in front of us. It's like telling us what to do, essentially, like, oh, lay a tile. So there's a part of me that's just like, well, maybe I can just figure this out as I go.
Yeah. And I think you sort of take for granted how much you learn through the setting up of a game, particularly if you're setting it up for the first time, because each new component, you sort of get a lowdown of what it's for, how it might be used. But as soon, like you said, you just log in and there it is all set up and it's like, okay, off you go then. You're like, what?
Yeah, I don't know what any of this means. And they have the rules written there, which is helpful, but like, we didn't go look at the full rule book or anything. We just kind of played.
We just sort of hashed our way through it.
Yeah, that's also like, I thought it was kind of fun. It was like a game within a game of like, well, let's figure out how to do this.
Trying to work out what to do. I still reckon we should do that for a mini-sode or a special episode where we just load up a game, we don't look at the rules, and we just try and work out what is going on. I think it has to be funny to listen to.
It has to be a game that neither of us are familiar with at all.
No, but we need to pick like the biggest heavyweight game we can find.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, we should do that.
Okay, who won this one?
That was me again, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
It was a great start to my birthday, getting trounced twice in a row.
Yeah, well, if you never see the darkness, Riley, how are you going to recognize the sun?
That's fair. All right. Touche. And then we broke for lunch and dinner.
Absolutely.
Lunch for me, dinner for you.
And this was my downfall, I feel, because my performance after dinner was nowhere near as good.
Yeah. The first game was Hardback.
Yes.
Which is by Fowers Games. I really like word games. So it's essentially just like a deck building game where you're using letters to build words. And, there's like two powers essentially, right? Like you have the actual use of the word, and then it'll give you like a penny or a victory point. And it was first to 60.
I believe it was, something like that.
Yeah, and I won hardcore.
Yes, you did.
Although
you thrashed me on it.
I like to think that we both won because we had so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. But if you're one of those people that counts, only the victory stats, then you won.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
if you're one of those awful buzzkill people, then I suppose Riley won. Whatever.
Whoa, what can I say? My first win of the day. What did you think of that game?
I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I felt... Okay, so it's a deck builder, but you are bound by the need to spell a word, whereas other deck builders, you can just play whatever card you've got. And I don't know, maybe because I was making some questionable choices and it took me a long time to build up my deck, I was just getting the same letters at that damned queue that you couldn't do anything with.
Yeah.
It just kept cycling round and round and round. So and even you did proxy like 2 or 3 times, didn't you? Just
because I had an X and it was like...
Yeah, you get the same method over and over again. I'm just going to be diplomatic and say it wasn't my favorite of the day.
That's fair. I'm really a big fan of word games. I thought it was good. It wasn't my favorite of the day for sure, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I would play it again. Maybe buy it. I think Kimmy would like it. She likes word games too.
There you
go. The next game, the final one for the day, was what was it called? Trekking the World.
Trekking the World.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which my only familiarity with that is from Board Game Hot Takes, like them talking about it, and they talked about it a lot.
Yeah. I should have trekked myself before I wrecked myself on that one.
Yeah, I won. That's what he's saying here.
Yeah.
But that was another one where like the rules that were actually written at the bottom of the BGA were really confusing. So
yeah,
like we kind of knew what we were doing, and it was pretty easy to like guide along, but we were definitely like, we went too early to a destination. So in there, you've got a map of the world, you travel around, you've got a first move. So you have to play your numbered cards 1 through 4, and you can play any number of combination of them, but you have to play them to be exactly that movement. So if the Colosseum is only 1 space away, but you only have like 3 2s, then you can't just play one of your 2s to go there. You might have to play like all 3 of them to move 6 spaces to move a different route to go to it. I think that was kind of confusing.
Once we worked it out, but yeah, you're right. Nowhere in the rules did it say that was a thing, that you had to pay exact change, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a little bit confusing, as you say. But yeah, once we ironed out the kinks, I thought the game was pretty good. It was like,
Yes.
Although, no places of interest in the United Kingdom. What's that about? What are you trying to say, people who made this game? What are you trying to say?
It's so boring there.
We've got the Queen. We've got a Queen.
Oh, so we're just supposed to go there and look at the Queen?
That's literally what loads of people do. They just go and stand outside her house and take pictures.
That's true, at the Buckingham Palace.
I know. It's her birthday today. She's 96.
Happy birthday. I mean, it's fine, whatever. We're here celebrating my birthday. It's cool.
Are you the Queen, Riley? No, you're not.
I'm Queen for a day. I really liked Trekking the World, though. I thought, like, Yeah, like, so after you play that, then you've got to move. Like, if you've got 3 options after you've moved. Use the special abilities by discarding 2 matching colors. If you're at a location or a destination that needs to be toured, you can take a tour and discard those. And then the other thing is just draw 2 cards, or pick 2 cards, whatever it is. And like, I always hear people talk about it as like replacing Ticket to Ride. And honestly, I don't see it. Right?
Yeah. I mean, like, what? Just because they've both got a map?
That's what I think. Like, a map, and then the one action where you're like, well, I'm going to draw 2 cards.
Yeah. Like, no. By that argument, it's similar to Risk.
Right? So I don't think this replaces Ticket to Ride by any means.
No.
And I even worry, because Ticket to Ride is Kimmy's favorite. And so I almost bought this just based on several people saying like, oh, this replaced Ticket to Ride for me. Just so that I could like introduce it to Kimmy. But I don't think it would replace it for her.
No, I wouldn't bother.
Yeah. So anyways, I won. I got 5 destinations and you had like 2.
Yeah. And I thought I was being really clever by collecting all the envelopes, postcards or whatever. And turned out I'd been wasting my time collecting the cheapest, the one that only gave me 1 victory point at the end or whatever.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because there's 4 different colors of souvenirs, and I had the most of 3 of them, which were all fairly valuable, and you had the most of 1 other, and that was the cheapest souvenir.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the most. I had the most. I was overspilling into my extra cubes box on my player board.
I only had 1 of the white cubes, and then you had like everything else.
All the rest.
Yeah, 6 or 7 or something. I have no idea how many there were. But yeah, I really liked the game. I would consider buying that one. I don't know. Cool. And then, not on my birthday, but a few days later, we popped on and we played Azul. Original Azul, which I've only played Summer Pavilion. Again, I've not played any of it. Anything. Yeah. What'd you think? Your first foray into Azul?
It's a no from me.
Really?
I don't know whether it's because of the way the rules on the BGA were written. I just found it really difficult to get into. I don't know. Something about the way my brain works and the way the game works. I couldn't settle on a strategy. Like, I just couldn't. Every turn, I was like, I've literally got no idea. It just felt like I was making a series of random choices, and sometimes it would work out and sometimes it wouldn't. And I bet there's people listening thinking, it's the simplest, and I just couldn't grasp it. I don't know what it was. Maybe I was blinded by the colors, the shapes. I just couldn't work it out.
I could see that. Well, and like I had Summer Pavilion kind of to reference, but it played almost nothing like it other than the drafting phase at the very beginning. But then as far as like how you place the tiles and score, it was fairly different, which is cool. I'm glad they played different enough. The Queen's, I always call it Queen's Gambit. I can't remember what it's called now. Queen's Garden or something just came out, which are hexagons. So I'm kind of excited about that. We'll probably end up snagging that eventually.
Cool.
But I think Summer Pavilion's way better than regular Azul. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And that one we played twice, because the first time I think we didn't know what we were doing until like the last round or 2 that we played.
No, it took us a long time to work it out.
Yeah, like we started figuring out, okay, we've got to play all of the same color in a row, and then it places. But then at that point, we were like, well, can we jump over the other one? Like, do I need to start at the rightmost and then work my way left? And it was just like confusing stuff that the BGA rules just didn't have available right there.
Yeah, and at the end of each round, obviously the computer was just like, oh, bing, 6 points for you, 7 points, 4 points. But we were like, why?
Yeah, like what's the
How
logic
did I get
behind
those points?
Yeah. But then the second play, so I won the first play by like 40 points or something. And then the second time you won by like, oh, let's see. I think I have it pulled up here. You
I didn't
won
win by
by
as much as 40.
no. Where is it? There it is. 14 points. But I think that was a fairer game. Like that was a more accurate game of both of us playing, knowing mostly the rules. I think we figured out the scoring after or during the second play.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, anyways, I liked it. Probably won't buy it because I think Summer Pavilion's better. But yeah.
Understandable. Right, so the 5 games we played, put them in rank order.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Let's look at this. I would say probably Azul last.
I agree.
Then Hardback.
Agree.
Ooh, after that, it's a little trickier. I really liked the other 3 a lot. Like, I liked the other 2. They were great. Hardback is totally my type of jam. But, Cart? I think Trekking the World, actually.
Yeah, agreed. Are we going to have the same ranking? Are we going to have the same?
And then, if I can figure out how to play Carcassonne fully, like, there were still some scoring things that I didn't understand at the end because it scored it for us. I think Carcassonne might be my first one. So I think King of Tokyo would be next.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
Okay. And then Carcassonne.
Yeah.
Although, man, King of Tokyo, like I heard your episode on it. I've heard other people talk about it. And man, it was so much different than I imagined from hearing people talk about it.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, obviously, because I hadn't played it for a while, but playing it again, I couldn't remember why I didn't like it so much. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I was like, I had a really good time and I enjoyed it. What was my big problem with it before? I don't know.
And when we were loading up, because that was the first game of the day, and it was like, warning, this game isn't great at 2 players or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, remember that? And I loved it. I thought it was great.
It ran fine. I thought it would... Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
Exactly. I don't know. I wonder how it is at a higher player count. We'll have to try it another time with more players.
Well, because when I played it, there was 3 of us. But as I said, I can't remember why I didn't like it.
Yeah. I can't remember the episode why you said.
No.
You were like, yeah, you were kind of meh about it.
Yeah.
I think you and I, though, are pretty similar in a lot of ways as far as like when we play games, we'd like to just enjoy it. So even if it's a crappy game, we can still have fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think for me, enjoyment doesn't come from, I don't know, almost not the quality of the game, but if... I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know how to word it. But like, if there's anything that's like confusing or whatever. So like Azul, the scoring, I was just like, I don't understand this. Nah, it's making me not enjoy it. Like the game could be as simple and as, it could just be a roll a dice and move along a track sort of game. And I would have fun.
I don't know. Roll and move might not hit it for me. But yeah, I'm with you for the most part. I guess I could have fun. I have fun playing like Candyland with my nephew and stuff,
Nice.
It's about playing games with people, I think. But then I play solo games and love them too, so.
That's true. You just love everything gamey.
It's true. It's very true.
So how do you feel about websites like Board Game Arena, like overall, in general?
Board Game Arena specifically, I really enjoy. It's nice. The asynchronous games, like I have 2 games going on right now. They are bigger games that I did not read the rules to, so do I know what I'm doing? No. And they don't work super... It's not... I need an app. They need to do an app for the iPhone that lets me like hold down on a card and show me what the card does. Because on the computer, like you can just hover over something and it'll do a brief explanation, right? Like, use this card to gain this resource. but on the phone, sometimes you can hold down on it, or sometimes you tap on it and it'll just bring up that menu. But then sometimes you tap on it or hold on it and it just plays it. Like,
whoops,
it's
you've taken your turn.
Yeah, exactly. And some games have undo buttons and others don't. So I'm kind of like, I like it. I just need a mobile app. It's way better on the computer because it's like it was designed for the computer.
Yeah.
So I know there's an Android app as well, and I wonder if that would be better. I don't know. Kimmy has an Android. I might borrow her phone and just try it.
Compare, yeah.
Yeah. But what about you? How do you feel?
I think they're great. Well, obviously, without websites like that, we wouldn't be able to play across the pond, etc. Yes. So they're really useful for that. I just think, can you ever replace a physical game? I think no. I
agree.
It's good for that niche, but no, it can never replace doing it for reals around a table with some, beers and banter or whatever.
Juice boxes for me, right?
Yeah. Juice boxes and complete silence.
Yes, exactly. Game nights around my house are great. But it's so nice, though, to be able to play games with you and with people throughout the world. So I'll take it. It's nicer than not playing games.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Anachrony, I found out, is on Tabletopia. So sometime I'm going to, you're going to have to play that with me there.
Yes. Well, that was part of my next question was going to be, so you posted a picture of your birthday games haul.
Oh, yeah.
Which one, which one of those are you most looking forward to? But I think you're going to say Anachrony because you've been banging on about that all the time.
Yes, it's Anachrony. And I picked up another expansion. So my wife was like, I got the box and I heard it has a great solo mode. So I was really excited for that. Got the core box and the minis, and I opened the box, was going through it, and I was like, there's no solo mode here. And then at the end it said, go to our website, and you can buy it, or you can just print it for free. And I was like, well, I don't want to print it and cut out all the resources. Like, I opened up the page and they were like, cutting out little triangles, and they would have been different.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like I would have had to mix paper components with actual cardboard components. And I was just like, oh, boo.
It's making me sick just thinking about it. So.
Right? So yeah. Kimmy was like, okay, well, you can buy that because that way you don't have to play it with me because I don't want to play it.
Such a noble sacrifice from Kimmy.
Yeah. And then my local board game store, they texted me a discount code. So I went there, and it turned out I had 2 discounts for 2 games. So I bought another one of the expansions for Anachrony, and got like 15% off of Wonderland's War, which looks awesome. So I'm also I think between those 2, Wonderland's War and Anachrony, I'm really excited about.
Nice.
Yeah. There we go. Are there any games you're excited about in general?
No.
All right. Perfect.
No, well, so obviously I'm buying a flat, people in Listenerland, so I've forbidden myself from buying any new games, or as much as I can. So no, I haven't picked up anything new, apart from Ghost Castle, which I bought on a total whim, but that was nice and cheap. So yeah, no, it's quite good actually, just getting through or playing again some of the ones that we already own. Can't always be playing new stuff, but no, nothing's really got me mega excited. Although after we played, I have sort of made a note that King of Tokyo and Carcassonne will be worth buying, so I've put those on the list. Nice,
yeah, because you played it at a cafe, right?
Yes,
that's right. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I added Carcassonne to my list. The big box, I think, is what I would do. Yeah. One of the big boxes.
But yeah, that's another question. Like, do you or have you like bought games based on enjoyed playing base oh my god, my grammar. You buy game based on play online good? Has a good online game made you want to buy the physical copy, is what I'm trying to say really badly.
No, actually. I haven't so far. Though I think, well, I mean, yeah, other than Carcassonne, like I want to buy Carcassonne. I think Kimmy might enjoy King of Tokyo, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. So like both of those I think are in limbo, but yeah. Have you ever had that happen?
Not until this time round. No, not really. But then, yeah, I don't know. No. If I was in charge, I don't think I would play a game that I haven't played before.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But, it was your birthday, so you called the shots.
Yeah, I wanted to try new games. Thank you for trying new games with me.
It's okay. You're welcome. I had fun.
Yeah, me too. It was fun learning games with you, and I think are fairly similar in a lot of ways as far as like we just enjoy playing games.
Yeah.
And it was fun to do it. It's fun to figure out.
We might as well be the same person. I mean, I did a banging job of singing your theme tune earlier, so
you did. And here in Zencaster, there are 2 Riley Stocks. This is so confusing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, let's close out here. Ridiculous theme.
Oh yes, I should have known this was coming, shouldn't I? Okay, a ridiculous theme. It's going to be called... Oh, no, I think, right, you know what we were saying about playing a game without the rules? Yes. So I think it's going to be like a pitch game. All the cards have different like game components. So one might be a D12, and then another card might have some hexagon tokens and some map tiles or whatever. And you deal a hand of 5 game components, and you have to explain to the rest of the group what the rules of that game are and what you have to do. And then, I don't know, they vote on which is the most feasible game, or something like that.
Yeah, that could be interesting. I like that. I dig it. For me, birthdays, birthday wishes, yeah, okay. You have a birthday. You play through multiple years, and each year you make a wish, and that's like adding a rule to the year.
So it's like a legacy game, sort of.
You could. I was just thinking it's like, you just play 12 rounds or something.
Oh, okay.
You turn 16 and part of the magic is that now your wishes come true on your birthday for a year or no, just permanently, right? And so you're like, yeah. I wish that I could move faster. So now like your pawn can move twice as fast. And so like then you play through that year, and then the next year you wish for something else. But then they have to have negatives too, right? Like I move faster, but I also age faster or something, like maybe there's always a negative, the whole monkey paw type thing.
Yeah, like I move faster, but also I stink.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's harder because I sweat so much because I'm...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the goal would be, but essentially just like maybe trying to live your best life with all these wishes coming true, but with the downsides of them too. So yeah, something to explore there, I'm sure.
Maybe you get a score at the end of each year of like how good a person you are, like whether your wish was a purely selfish one or whether it was an altruistic humanitarian wish.
There we go. Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, maybe the wish part is like something that benefits you, but then there's like a negative that goes along with it to the world.
Ooh.
So yeah, like you're doing all these things and you don't necessarily know the negative side that's happening until near the end, when all of a sudden like maybe it's like 2 years later, all of a sudden you flip over that first negative wish to see what happens.
Yes. So like, oh, you've wished to move +1 to your dice roll, but whoops, the whole of New Zealand sank.
Yeah.
You selfish monster.
Because your speed, you were so fast, you vibrated the understructure of New Zealand. Yeah. So like stuff like that could be interesting. And then maybe you don't necessarily win. You just win by like not having an absolute horrible world by the time you're done with your wishes.
Makes sense. You win by not being in New Zealand.
Well, great. Yeah, that was fun. Let's wrap up. Go ahead and plug your stuff.
You can find me on Organised Fun with an S, because I'm British. Just search us up on Twitter or Facebook or anywhere where you listen to podcasts. Yeah, it's all right. Sometimes it's funny.
I enjoy it. I always tell Phil and everybody else, I go on to other podcasts and I'm like, really, you should just be listening to Organized Fun. It's the best podcast. It really is good, though. It's my favorite podcast personally. I listen to it like the day it comes out every time. The format is really cool and unique because they review board games. No other podcast does that. And that's all. No, you insert the clips of the gameplay during. So you'll be talking about like, oh, in King of Tokyo, it's fun when you're in Tokyo, but you can't heal. And then you'll insert a clip and it'll be like, oh, I rolled a heart. Yes, I get a heal. No, I don't. I'm in Tokyo. Like you get to hear the experience.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it goes.
Yeah. Yes. You do a better job. You do a better job of plugging my podcast than I do. So, well, you can be my PR manager.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
You paid me to come onto my show. It's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I love your podcast. Thanks for doing it.
Thanks, babes.
And then we also do another podcast together.
We do, and it's so much fun.
Yeah. Bunkers and Badasses. It's called Friend and Foe Adventure Co. We do an actual play of the tabletop RPG, Bunkers and Badasses. And I'm the BM, aka the Bunker Master, so I run the world.
But it is more explicit, so if that's not your thing, don't worry about it.
You nailed it. Yeah, exactly.
Just wait until the end. Do you ever wonder how I make a podcast? Well, I'm here to let you in on it.
Is that what I sound like?
Really not.
I'm in Wales and I do a company, huh?
Wow. That's it. You got it.
Yeah, I nailed it. If you enjoyed the show, share it with your friends. If you hate it, share it with your enemies.
Share it with your enemies.
You know it. I don't say it every time, but it's my favorite thing to say.
Nice. I'm trying to think, what else do you say?
Yeah, I'm trying to... Because I don't want to record an actual outro later, so I just want this to be the whole of the episode. I think
we've covered all the main Riley sayings. Oh, I love it.
Touche. Well, and until next week,
keep nerding out. Okay, so one fun board game memory I have is actually quite recent. Me and a colleague were manning after-school detention at school, where kids that have been naughty in the day have to stay behind for an hour after school, and it's meant to be a punishment. But we had just a couple of generally nice kids there that you wouldn't normally expect to find in detention. So we just cracked out a copy of Ticket to Ride, and these kids had never played it before, and so we just sat around and we taught them how to play Ticket to Ride, and we had a good, fun hour. And I mean, technically they were still losing their free time. They still had to stay at school for an hour, but it wasn't the torturous hellfest that it could have been, I suppose. And I'd like to think that those kids, had a good time, and maybe if that sparked an interest in some board games for a couple of them, then all the better.